A coin toss allows you endless chances. A decision based upon heads or tails. Endless possibilities and probabilities. Welcome to Edge Over Edge, the only variety show in Clarksville, Tennessee, where our show's topic is based upon a coin toss. Today's topic is Disney's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Follow us on the campus of Austin Peay State University as we roll the dice and get to know the Halloween classic better. What's this? What's this? A movie review talking about The Nightmare Before Christmas, but let us get down to business. Our two animation pros, Wesley and LaBrea, discuss Henry Selig's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Hi, I'm Wesley Hall.
And I'm LaBrea Boykin. Welcome to Fear and Film.
Today we will be taking a look at the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas. The film follows the misadventures of Jack Skellington, Halloween Town's beloved Pumpkin King, who has become bored with the same annual routine of frightening people in the real world.
When Jack accidentally stumbles upon Christmas Town, all bright colors and warm spirits, he gets a new lease on life.
He plots to take over Christmas by kidnapping Santa Claus and taking over the role.
But Jack soon discovers even the best laid plans of mice and skeleton man can go seriously awry.
Let's take a look at the trailer.
From Touchstone Home Video. Get ready for a movie the critics have unanimously declared absolutely the year's most incredible film. And an instant classic for both kids and grown-ups. Siskel and Ebert gave 2 thumbs up. Eureka! From the imagination of Tim Burton comes The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Trick or treat!
Enter an extraordinary world where every day is Halloween. And every night, Jack Skellington dreams of something more.
What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? There's white things in the air. What's this? I can't believe my eyes. I must be dreaming. Wake up, Jack. This isn't fair. What is this?
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
When Jack discovers the magic of Christmas, he decides to fill Santa's shoes.
Making Christmas.
To the head of the team, Zero.
And now he's turning the holiday world upside down. Touchstone Home Video presents the enchanting tale of 2 very special dreamers and the holiday spirit that brought them together. Soon you can own the movie that's a fun-filled delight for the whole family. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
What did Santa bring you, honey?
Coming to video this fall. Rated PG.
The Nightmare Before Christmas was released right in time for Halloween on October 13th, 1993.
The film's director is Henry Selick and the producer is Tim Burton.
So, what did you think of the film?
I think that it's a really good film to watch around this time of the year. Like, we're getting close to Halloween, but then also Halloween, everybody wants to jump right to Christmas. So I think it gives you it's just a really good movie to watch during the season. Like, you're getting excited talking about Halloween Town, and then you see Christmas, and you always have Christmas on your mind around this time of the year.
Oh, yeah.
So it gives you a little sneak peek at it, and I like that. And then, did you like the premise of the movie? Like the idea of kind of taking over something that is not yours and that you don't really have control of?
Oh yeah, I think that's a really interesting premise to go based off of, because it's what if you had all these other holidays, let's just say, take over each other. So let's say we had Thanksgiving and Easter swap. How would that go?
Yeah, I think when you think of it in a deeper meaning too, it's you are your own person and you have all of your own personality traits and things that that you like to do. And I think it really gives it the message that you don't have to try to be somebody else, that it's best to just be yourself. You don't need to try to be what you think other people are doing or what you think is what you're supposed to be doing. It's just really good to stick to yourself, and I think that the movie does a really good point of showing that.
Oh yeah. Are there any characters in this film that you liked?
I liked a lot of characters. I think my favorite character would have to probably be Sally, just because she is she's really a diverse character to me. She's pretty mischievous. She's always knocking out Dr. Finkelstein so she can get out of the house or whatever. She's also pretty crazy. I know she jumped out of the window at one point, and her body fell apart and she just sewed it back up. And then she's also got a good head on her shoulders too. She knew from the whole point that something was up, something was not right. So I just like her. I mean, she was right about everything. I feel like I'm always right about everything. So pretty relatable. I definitely like Zero too, just because
Oh, yeah.
he's cute. He's just adorable. He brings a good cuteness factor to the movie.
Yeah. I think I like Jack Skellington. I mean, you can't really, he's an iconic character. You can't
Yeah,
really think
he
about
is.
Halloween Town without Jack Skellington.
Yeah,
So.
he is very iconic. And then was there anything about the setting in particular that you liked about the movie?
I like the forest area where it has like all the different holidays, and you're just like, okay, but what does these holidays have to offer to within Halloween
Definitely.
Town?
It gives like a good sense of imagination to kids. Like they know that there's all these different worlds of all these different holidays. So I think it really makes you think even farther than what the movie has. I really wish they would release something that was like a nightmare before like Easter or something. Like it gives a lot of opportunity for you to keep imagining past the movie. And I think that's a really cool factor of it.
Yeah. The animation used in this film was stop motion.
It took over 100 artists and technicians to bring this film to life.
The characters used in this film were all puppets. Now that we're done, back to B for more fun.
What's this? What's this? Wesley had a chance to speak with animation professor Scott Raymond about the film last week.
Hi, I'm Wesley, and today I have with me animation professor Scott Raymond. How are you doing?
Doing great, thanks. Thanks for having me.
No, it's no problem. So, how did you get into animation?
I got into animation by initially going to grad school out in San Francisco. I knew I wanted to work in either animation or visual effects, and at that time the Bay Area had Pixar and Industrial Light and Magic, so I went to the closest grad school that was close to both of those companies. And through some of my internships in college, I got a job at PDI DreamWorks Animation, which was their northern studio that worked on Shrek and Madagascar movies. And I started there as a crowd simulation artist, and then really enjoyed the little bit of animation I got to do while doing crowds, and kind of did some extra schooling, specifically animation, and got some mentors at the company and became an animator. So
Nice.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the stop motion animation style that was within the film The Nightmare Before Christmas?
So really awesome. I actually remember seeing it in the theater when it came out, I think like 93 or something like that. And just being really kind of wowed by it, because there really wasn't any full-length stop motion features at the time. And it was for kids, but it was creepy, and there was like nasty looking cool design, sort of aesthetic to it. And it was unlike anything I'd ever seen. So I think it was really effective, and I think there's just something inherently kind of creepy about stop motion. It lends itself to sort of creepy themes and genres. So it was a perfect sort of marriage, I think, of that format for that storytelling. So I think it was really well done. And I remember just walking out of the theater being kind of like in awe. Like my parents were asking me what I thought about, and I didn't even have thoughts yet, because I was still processing, like, what did I just see? that was so different than anything else I've been looking at. Stop motion back then was California Raisins and the Noid commercials for Domino's, right? And all of a sudden it was this hour-and-a-half musical. It was crazy.
I remember the California Raisins.
Yep.
So, who is your favorite character within The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Who's my favorite character?
And why?
Okay, this one's gonna sound super silly, but I think one of my favorite one is I love the jazz trio. Like my favorite moment of the movie is like, this is Halloween, it's the big song, everyone's excited. And then there's just, I think that's when the movie catches me, right? Because it turns on a dime. Instead of it just being like a silly holiday movie, Jack has this really sad song, and he's walking, towards the graveyard, and the band is playing, the little jazz trio.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, for some reason, I love the guy that just goes like, smooth move, Bone Daddy, as he like flicks the thing in. But I love that jazz trio. Like if I could have a 3D print of the jazz trio, like I think those guys are great. Up against that cool, sort of stylized brick wall, just playing the jazz music, and it's just this really sort of quiet moment that you don't expect. So like, because that's my favorite moment of the movie, I'd go with the saxophone player saying, "Thanks, Bone Daddy." We'll go obscure.
So, in terms of animation, of the stop motion animation, do you think that can it still be used in today's terms, even though now we have like 2D and 3D animation?
It totally can. And like I said, I think I think it still has a place because it is physical. You know, the other forms of animation, it's an illusion of, you know, drawings coming to life or, you know, figuring something out on the computer. And there's something about being real, we can sense as humans that there's a tactile puppet there moving, and there's something fantastical about that you don't get with a really good 3D rendered image or a really beautifully drawn, hand-drawn image. And I think there's a place for that, and especially, like I said, stop motion lends itself to somewhat more unsettling sort of thematic things. So we see like Leica doing Coraline and Box Trolls, and all of those films are, you know, there's something unsettling about them that stop motion gives you that no other sort of format does.
Yeah.
The real exciting thing is that they're actually merging. So Leica is kind of the big show in town right now doing stop motion features, and they use visual effects like crazy. So they shoot against green screens all the time, and there's tons of visual effects. Even things like in Coraline, her mouth, they did replacement mouths.
Oh.
And they had to have an artist, because you would see the seam, so they had artists go in there and paint out the seam of her mouth for every frame. So every frame of Coraline was a visual effects shot at some level. And to your question more specifically on Missing Link, and I believe on Kubo, Leica would pre-animate everything on the computer, and then they would 3D print it out, and then they could take that already figured out animation, and they just, you know, kind of swap out the puppets on the set. So now 3D animation is informing the stop motion, but you're still getting that fun, you know, tactile quality of the animation, which you don't get in 3D in and of itself. So like there's this weird hybrid blending going on that is super exciting, and I think that's awesome. And you know, it's why we see stop motion being so filmic now too, because they have less confines, they can break out of that box, which is cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how do you feel that people give Tim Burton all the credit, but they don't give Henry Selick the credit?
Yeah, it's crazy, and I remember sort of hearing that for the first time, or watching the DVD special features, and sort of being shocked by that in a weird way. And I've actually seen Henry Selick at like conventions and stuff. And
oh, really?
Yeah, he's the super tall guy, and like his demeanor, he's very polite. He's very giving back to fans and you know, other animators and stuff. And you know, I've seen some interviews with him about it, and he's like, hey, people are enjoying the movie. I don't care. It's fine, you know. And I think he's being very very polite and democratic about that. But you know, I think because he got to go on and have success with like Coraline and stuff too, he's sort of gotten the recognition in retrospect. Even if at the time he was sort of almost a ghost director as far as the media when the movie came out. But he's still around doing some cool, crazy stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Sure.
That was very insightful. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to come.
Well, guys, that's everything for us. We will see you next time.
What's this? What's this? The movie review is done, yet the fun has just begun. Stay tuned for some trick and treats. Next, Alan is going to show us some sick beats. The movie is filled with tunes all about monsters and creatures, shoutings with songs. Perhaps I shouldn't pour long.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lyric Reading. We'll be reading the lyrics to one of the songs from The Nightmare Before Christmas. The song that I decided to read is called Jack's Lament. There are few who deny, at what I do, I am the best. For my talents are renowned far and wide. When it comes to the surprise of the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying. With the slightest little effort of my ghost-like charms, I have seen grown men give out a shriek. With a wave of my hand and a well-placed moan, I have swept the very bravest off their feet. Yet year after year, it's the same routine, and I grow so weary of the sounds of screams. For I, Jack, the Pumpkin King, have grown so tired of the same old thing. Oh, somewhere deep inside these bones. An emptiness began to grow. There's something out here, far from my home, a longing that I've never known. I am the master of light and the demon of light, and I'll scare you right out of your pants. To a guy in Kentucky, I am Mr. Unlucky, and I'm known throughout England and France. Since I am dead, I can take off my head, every out Shakespeare quotations. No animal nor man can scream like I can with the fury of my recitations. But who am I here would ever understand that the Pumpkin King with a skeleton grin will grow so tired of his crown if only he understood. He'd give it all up if he could. Oh, there's an emptiness inside these bones that calls out for something unknown. The fame and the praise, year after year, there's nothing for these tears. Thanks so much for tuning in for Lyric Reading, and we'll be right back with some trivia.
What's this? What's this? Thoughts across campus on The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Who was your favorite character in The Nightmare Before Christmas?
The Skelly Man. The guy.
Jack Skellington?
Yeah.
Jack Skellington.
Jack Skeleton.
The dog. I think his name's Zero, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably Zero, the dog.
I like the three little guys. I don't know what their names are. They're all the ones wearing the masks and they're just little gremlins. What are their names?
I don't know their names. The one with the little masks? I don't know. I haven't seen it in years.
So, what was your favorite moment in Nightmare Before Christmas?
I like when he went up on the hill and there was a cinematic shot where the moon was perfectly aligned with him.
Probably when they sung the first intro song.
Oogie's introduction.
Probably where Sally kind of defies the evil professor. She rebels against him and stuff. I like that.
I like the song Poor Jack, so we're gonna mark that down as my favorite moment.
Don't his limbs come off?
Now, who directed The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, and then Danny Elfman wrote the music.
Was that Tim Burton?
I forgot. I'm sorry. I know it's not Tim Burton. I know that, but I forget the guy's name.
Oh, I know this one. He's really good.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
Can I use Google? That's not who I thought did it. I thought Tim Burton did it. It's Henry Selick.
Tim Burton.
Wasn't.
What?
It was a Henry Selick film.
I didn't know that. What? I know Danny Elfman composed the music at least.
What's this? What's this? Our tricks have been shown. Alas, the main treat has yet to be known. Allow us to introduce our next segment to life. Here's our game portion of the show where we will ask questions to contestants and they'll answer, and we will do that. Let the games begin.
Hello everyone and welcome to Trick or Treat. I'm your host Trey Whiteout. Let's meet our contestants.
I'm gonna win. My name is Sean.
Well, I'm happy that you all were able to come down to play today. Alright, so here's how the game's gonna work. Who was the director of The Nightmare Before Christmas? Either Tim Burton, Henry Selick, or Keith David?
Tim Burton.
And he's right.
Dang it, he was the producer, right? Okay, whatever.
That's right.
Whatever, 1 point, who cares?
One more than you got.
Second question, what type of monsters were the three children, Lock, Shock, and Barrel, who kidnapped Santa and helped the boogeyman?
A witch was one, right?
Are they zombies?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just know one was a witch. That's all I know.
They're my favorites too. I don't know.
Well, sadly, neither of you got it, but the answer was a devil / a witch and a skeleton.
Oh.
All right, next is who voiced Jack Skellington? Danny Elfman, Chris Sarandon, or both?
Danny Elfman.
No, it's Chris.
What?
Both are wrong.
Oh my
The answer is both.
Oh
Why did I not do that? It's always both.
Right. As Jack is plummeting down to earth, what does he say? Geronimo, This is not what I call the Christmas spirit, or Merry Christmas to all and to all good night.
I'm gonna go with B.
I'm gonna go with Geronimo.
Both of them. Again,
Oh my
it's
God.
Merry Christmas to all. Man, both of y'all need to go look
I
at
just
the movie
watched
some more,
it
don't
too,
you?
man.
Hurry up, can we get the trailer again?
I'm still winning, so I mean,
1 point.
yeah. Again, one more than you got.
During the song What's This, what color umbrella does Jack use, and where does he get the umbrella from? A red, in a house he went into, green, a snowman, or black, brought it with him.
Green, a snowman.
I'm gonna say green too. Is that right?
It's right, but he technically got the answer first, so it's 2-0.
That's 2.
This is horrible.
I think it's pretty
so-
nice. I ain't gonna lie.
So here's going to be the last one here today.
Oh man.
Don't worry, if you get it right, you can come back quickly.
Okay.
So,
That feels wrong.
so here's the last question. While it was never explicitly stated in the film, however, a majority of fans on the internet believe that the characters themselves represent how they died, or at least have some notion as to how they died. Knowing this, how did Jack Skellington die in the film?
Oh, I lost this game. I don't even know that.
I've definitely heard about this, but I don't know the answer.
Come on,
Give
Mr.
me a minute.
Hotshot.
Just
I
give me a
watched
minute.
the movie before I came in here.
Hey,
guys.
hey.
To be fair, he's got
peace and
two
quiet.
questions,
Yeah,
right?
I think.
He don't know.
Too much Halloween spirit. I don't know, man. Car wreck. Right.
Just straight up. He was burned alive. The overall consensus. If you remember when he got hit by the military. He got hit by the military when he was flying Santa's sleigh, heading down to Earth and ended up into a graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's been all today, and yeah, so far the winner has been Sean West here. They are getting 2 points of the possible 7 points. No, well, that proves I can't do math. So it's actually 10 points probable. And what this has honestly taught me is you both need to go watch the movie some more.
What's this? What's this? The show is done. Alas, it's time to go. Well, that's all, folks. Turn into our next episode of Edge Over Edge. See you next time.